I'm Krishna from Avirata Defense Systems in India. Like you mentioned, yes, we are a manufacturing company. We manufacture a lot of fiber for data centers and also for military applications. Um, but what I'm going to really give an idea is about what activities are going on in India on the Open RAN uh, field. Um, so when we got, started talking to OCP, then we also started trying to understand where the market is, if we want to manufacture the radios in India. Then, the first thing we always hear from the operators in India is, it's very complex. You really have to be ready with your product for us to be able to deploy it. And the complexity comes from the density and the terrain and temperature and all kinds of problems that they already face in their existing system, and then that gets compounded when we say, okay, we are coming in with an open RAN system. But now, uh, about a year and a half ago, the 5G spectrum, the sale for the 5G spectrum happened, but the operators were um, extremely fast in deploying their base stations all across. So you can see almost about 300,000 base stations are already deployed by end of last year, and I think that number is even more higher. I think there is another metric of every day how many base stations are getting deployed. So what happens to Open RAN? I think they are just skipping it right now. Is what Louis also said earlier, that from the operator's perspective, are we where we are? I don't think we are really there. Uh, but there is a tremendous amount of enthusiasm in saying that, look, at some point of time we are going to see lower TCO. That is really the hope, and everybody's trying it. So I can say that Airtel was there in Stefan's slide. Um, so they have had multiple trials and with many different companies. Uh, you can see on the bottom right, they have had 3 or 4 plug fests. They called everybody who says, yes, I have some equipment. So he said, you come, we'll open up our network to you and you start doing the trials. Lot of hits and misses. Okay, what really the operator is looking for is, backward compatibility, stability, some of the key things. Then, the TCO comes in. But if it really, that functionality really is not there, then it takes time. So um, in terms of the 5G deployment, I think with a couple of operators, we are already missing the bus. Um, then there is one other very large operator, Reliance. They are coming in with their full in-house stack, but they still don't have a full plan on when they are going to start deploying it. Maybe 25, 26 is the timeline that they are projecting. And the couple of operators also said, with higher configurations, we are not really sure how it is going to work out. So especially in very high tele-density areas, they are looking at 32 configuration and 64 configuration. And that's one other question that comes up. And most recently, so now Vodafone is another operator. They have not yet deployed any of their base stations, and they are very gung-ho about saying that, look, we are really going to try this. And they have been doing this trial with Mavenir. And it's in a live commercial traffic. And they are trying 3.5 as well as the 26 gigahertz band. So it's a end-to-end, cloud native. Hopefully, I mean, they are thinking that in the next 6 months, they will complete this trial and hopefully deploy a complete Open RAN, somewhere by end of this year. But we still have to see how this trial concludes. Um, and at the same time, Airtel has also been conducting trials. Their most recent trial was sometime end of last year with 2,500 sites. And I think they are slowly trying to scale up. I think the next plan is for 10,000 sites. Okay, so they are still not leaving this pursuit of Open RAN. Everybody sees that there is a good amount of opportunity there. VMware is the other company that is supporting Airtel, and they also have come out and said that we are working with Airtel, and maybe there is some deployment plan in 25, 26. And most often when we talk to them, saying, are we going to be ready by 6G? If not at the rate at which the deployment is happening, the operators keep asking that, are we going to be ready for 6G? So that is from one perspective, and what the Indian government is also pushing quite a lot. We are part of some of these consortium where we are looking at different aspects of the radio development, and also from the fiber optic side. So the first initiative about 3 years ago was a 5G testbed, and that came in with a mandate saying that all the radio development has to be open. I mean, so in the testbed, when the radios are tested, they make sure they are open, and then they are ORAN compliant. So that was initially at 8 institutes. Now CDOT, which itself is a government laboratory, they themselves opened another lab. It's a fully functional lab. Any equipment manufacturer in India can go and test their system in there. And you don't have to pay. And they will support with the network and do right from the security to functionality to all different aspects of the system. There is another 5G alliance, again looking at multiple areas of 5G, but there are two sub groups in that, looking at the FR1 and FR2 bands, again for Open RAN. Then there is another 100 laboratories in different universities, academic institutes, all for developing 5G use cases. Then in all the labs, I mean, one of the key things is, make everything as open as possible. So as well as the radio and the software and everything that goes with it. And most recently, there is a Bharat 6G Alliance, where they have set up a terahertz test lab. I will talk a little bit more about the 6G Alliance, where they have 6G Alliance is now partnered with the US Next G Alliance, which is part of the ATIS. This is now becoming a very strong collaboration. I think there are two joint task force pushing different areas of work for Open RAN, and I think one of the specific mandates is pilot with the Indian operator with US Open RAN, so that could be Airtel and Mavenir, and that has been going very strong. They've also announced that the foreign direct investment in Indian companies, it can be automatically, up to 100%. I think, Stefan, you mentioned that there are many equipment from ZTE that have been replaced. So India has already been doing this rip and replace, and there is a strong initiative even from US saying that to participate and learn from their experiences of replacing some of these equipment. And the last one is a very new activity for an acceleration roadmap. We are yet to really receive the information about those activities. And in terms of 5G, the kind of growth that we are seeing, this is a projection made by one of the market intelligence survey. We are about 130, 150 million subscribers, but going up to 800, 900 million in the next 5 years or so. And especially for the Open RAN market, I don't know. I think the numbers are very similar. I think you showed 38%. This is coming to around 40%, but this is only for the Indian market. The opportunity that is there. That's all I have.